as a patient in Canada, like once you get into the system, you're fine. But getting into the system is a big problem. And so it is really, Americans I don't think would want to wait for 6 months to get an MRI. I don't think Americans would want to wait for, 6 months to see a specialist, okay? But at the same time, like I said, there are a lot of great things about the Canadian system where no one has to get bankrupt. The doctors, lead a very comfortable life, and they don't worry about that. They're going to get bankrupt. Whereas, unfortunately, in this country, even a physician can get bankrupt because someone sues somebody, and the judgments are really crazy. And it's really, there's no one right system right now. You have to sort of have a system that has the best of both worlds.
Do you think there were accuracies though in his movie also? I'm
sorry?
What do you think there were accuracies in Sicko?
Yeah, there are actually there, but there's also I would say exaggerations.
Okay.
Which I don't necessarily think are. Good to highlight the problems we have in this country, but at the same time, as I said before, let's not forget that if people in the world are sick, they want to come to America. Let's not forget that the best innovations that in the world come from this country, whether they're being in pharmaceutical or in medical, technological in terms of surgeries and robotics, et cetera, et cetera. So I think we have to cannot ignore that fact as well. So.
Okay. Well, the movie subject aside, one of the things that I found interesting just in the last couple of weeks as I've gone around and talked to people about the movie and so forth is I found out that you filmed a lot of it right here in Farmington and Farmington Hills. How did that happen?
Well, people wanted me to film in Toronto because it would be cheaper, and I said no. I live in Michigan, I work in Michigan, and Detroit always gets treated so shabbily on the screen. So I said, you know what? I can't have that. I can't have that. Everything about Detroit looks bad, and because we have such a beautiful, outside in suburbs, there's beautiful areas. Our downtown has beautiful areas. So I had so much, hospitals that were very supportive of the community was very supportive. So I just wanted to film here, and I didn't get any tax breaks for doing this movie here.
That's right, because yours kind of predated when they started giving all this stuff.
I didn't get anything, but I just felt like this was my home, and I wanted to make Detroit look good, and I wanted to film in Michigan, so I chose Michigan.
Another thing that kind of coincidentally happened in the midst of all this is the advent of social media, at least the explosion of it. And I've noticed that you've got like a Facebook site for the movie and so forth. Does that help you in getting publicity for the movie? Is that kind of do you know how to work that yet? Does anybody know how to work that yet?
Well, you know what? I'm, I guess, of the generation where I don't know enough about Facebook yet, but my kids do. Yeah, and they're the ones who are actually, they're connecting with all the different people. But it does help out because, I do hear from the nurses. I saw something on the Facebook, or I saw something on, Twitter or MySpace. So I think there is, all these things are very helpful, especially to a film like an underdog film, like I said, in ours, which is, independent movie that doesn't have studio strong arms. So it's the word of mouth that's really critical to the success of a film like this.
Right. Now, have you had offers of big distribution, like from any of the majors?
Well, you know what? Here's what happened. We some of the majors looked at the movie and they said, well, because the lead character is not mainstream character, it's a Sikh in this movie. They thought that this would be a niche film for the Sikh market only or Indian market only, and they turned us down. Which is actually very sad because in fact, majority of our audiences were loving this film. First of all, they were of all backgrounds, but 80% of movies that are being seen in Detroit so far are not Indian or Sikh. So it is actually, and they're the ones who are going and telling me, what can we do to help you? Because it really is great feeling to that it's what the distributors didn't expect. So.
And as we record this, I notice on Facebook you've got it's opening in San Francisco. How's that going?
Yeah, it's opening this weekend. So and we got great reviews there too. We've and it's opening on September 11th in Chicago, and then likely in Washington D.C. and New York and L.A. too. So hopefully, like I said, if people see the movie and tell their friends about it, this is how indie films become successful.
And I also saw on Facebook people in London and other places in Europe asking, well, when's it going to come here? So when's it?
Yep, absolutely. In film festival world, we went to Asia and we went to Europe as well, and the response was incredible. Everywhere we went, the response was the same. It was like, I love this movie because it's a movie that anybody age 10 and above can watch it together as a family. It's not profanities, it's not violent, it's not sexual. It's about a good, clean story with a great message for everyone.
Yeah, and yet it's not like too goody-good movie. It's a good movie with a lot of drama and a lot of issues that are just so topical right now.
Yeah, I think it's been really truly humbling and gratifying, the comments that I get on emails on a daily basis from people. I had a comment that a Christian kid said to me that he wants to be a better Christian after watching this movie.
Sure.
And I had an African gentleman said, I want to send this movie to my friend in prison because it'll help him change his life. Yeah. And all sort of people, and a Sikh child in New York said, I'm not going to cut my hair after watching your movie. So it's really is gratifying that, everyone of all walks of life are enjoying it as a family.
Yeah, values that span all religions at least should be integral to all.
That's what I said. I'm a gastroenterologist, so when I look in somebody's stomach, I don't see that they are Christian or Hindu or Muslim. I see people. I see humanity. Right. And so I think that's what this message of this movie is, that we're all connected as humanity.
Very good. Now this is eventually it's going to come out on DVD. What are the plans for that?
Well, I think after our theatrical release, we certainly would want to have it come out on DVD. Mm-hmm. And if you can, if you go to our website, oceanofpearls.com, mm-hmm. Then we will. That's when the announcements are going to be made about when the DVD is going to come out. So.
Very good. And given this, you've got to have another movie or 3 or 4 or 5 in you. What's coming up next?
Well, in my brain I've got 10, but it's again it takes a long time. It took me 10 years to get this done and made and come out there, and there's a lot of loans and finances from different people, so it was a lot of hard work. So once we do okay on this film, then I would like to do possibly a children's adventure. Oh. I've got a road trip comedy in mind. I've got a musical in Caribbean island that in mind. I've got a lot of interesting ideas that. But again, they're going to deal with issues of humanity.
Very good. Well, it sounds great, and I look forward to seeing more like this too. And this is Dr. Sarab Singh Neelam, and who is the director and the writer. Right?
Well, actually, writing was in Prasad and in L.A. It was my story, and it was but it was fun. It was fun being a director.
Ah, very good. So you're the director of Ocean of Pearls, and you can find that at oceanofpearls.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Visit the film's website, oceanofpearls.com.
Film clips and stills. Copyright 2009. Ocean of Pearls Film Production, LLC.
Announcer, Olabisi Are.
Announcer, Mickey Goldberg. MickeyGoldberg.com. World Michael Production Copyright 2009. Michael Lewis.
WorldMiKEL.com.